How's it going, everyone? So today, for Uber tips, I'm going to be talking about driving at the right time and the right day. Um, a lot of people, when they first start with Uber, they make a common mistake where they drive around trying to find the people to, get pick up and, get money, which is common. Even me myself, I did that when I first started. I worked about 10 hours. I worked from like around 1 p.m. to like 11 p.m. That sucked. I only made $60. I was very discouraged to even continue doing this Uber thing. I actually hated it. I was like, man, this sucks. I don't want to do it anymore. And then eventually I ended up going to, the next day I was like, screw it, I need money. I went through this whole thing with my old job. I was suing them. It was a very stressful time for me and I needed to make money. So the next day I was like, okay, let me do this again. I tried it again, but this time I only worked from like 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Worked 4 hours. Next day, made $60. Obviously much better than the previous day, but still sucked. So then once again, I'm like, man, I need to find something. I need to do something else. And at the time, I couldn't work because I was advised not to work during that time frame. But I could make money as like a contractor because that's practically what Uber is. So, anyways, that's what happened. So I had to stay with something like that. So eventually, then the third day, I'm like, well, screw this. I'm working from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. And it was the best day ever. I made $120 in 3 hours, and majority of the time you're just parked somewhere, not even doing anything. So it was a win for me. I was like, wow, $120 for 3 hours. This is great. This is better than an 8-hour job. You work when you want, whenever you want. I thought I was happy. But then it got to the point where there was days where I wouldn't make nothing. I would work the same hours and I would make $20. So I was very discouraged once again. So it got to the point where I started noticing a pattern on what days to work, what time to work. I noticed that for me, in my case, I was better off working from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. It was just better. It was guaranteed more pay for the time that I was putting in. Not only that, but at that time there was no cars. You have less traffic. More people are going out at that time for people that are going out to dinner, coming home from restaurants, going to bars, partying, etc. Now, Friday, Saturday comes around, which is the weekend, you'll make way more money. The reason why is because Uber has surge pricing. Lyft has something similar. I think it's powered bonus time or whatever, but it's not as much as Uber. So at the time when I was doing it, it was when the fares were a little higher, so it was great. I thought it was the best thing in the world. So I continued doing this, and it got to the point where I noticed I should work these days, not these days. I even knew the a week out of the month where it was the slowest, and I wouldn't work up to 4 days and only work 3 days really hard to make up for those other days. Other days it would be easy. So point of the story is there was days where I made $20, and then there was one day I even remember this. I drove this guy from downtown LA all the way to Pasadena, or right where the 110 ends, and it was about a 15-minute drive. Especially at that time at night, there's no traffic. It was fairly fast, and I ended up making $120 because the surge was 5 times the normal price, which was pretty rare, but it happened. So I was happy as hell. So it got to the point where I started noticing I could time it in a way where if I work anywhere from 15 to 18 hours a week for Uber, I was most likely guaranteed to make anywhere from $600 to $800, almost always. And this was the best thing in the world for me. I got used to this pattern I made. I mean, that's a decent living to me. That for me is great. A number of hours you're working for what you're getting back for it. So my suggestion to everybody is learn your pattern. Like if you're trying to do this full time or even part time, try to find your pattern and do it the right time, because if you want to maximize your earnings, you have to get this down, because there's the only way you can do it. Sure, you can be one of those people that be like, you know what, I'm gonna work 2 days only, and I'm gonna work 10 hours straight these 2 days, 10 hours this day, 10 hours that day, and that's totally fine if your job or whatever in your life restricts you from only doing it those days. That's fine, but learn the pattern. You can learn to maximize it. That's my tip of the week. I would just suggest my suggestion to everybody is work further in the evening or at night. You're guaranteed to make more money. Most of the people during the day are working or not out, and at night or evening they're all going out to dinner, going out to bars, going out to clubs, anything like that. So and not only that, but it's much easier in your car. You're wasting less gas. It's cooler. There's less traffic. It just helps a lot. So that's my tip for the week. If you guys see one or more tips, or you guys have any suggestions for me to write more tips or anything like this, please leave them in the comments below. If you want to message me directly, find me on Twitter. You can message me there. If you guys like this video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. If you want to become a driver for Uber, the links are in the below description, and also for Lyft as well. If you have any questions, please let me know. And thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys. This is very it's supporting my channel by you guys, always watching my videos and sharing them. Thanks a lot, and have a good day.